Oh, the cheeky slip D. How popular is this little bad boy? You're going to need the 35-pound blend coated braid. Strip off about 12 inches, cut it off. Now you're going to strip back about 5 inches of the coated braid to reveal the inner braid to allow you to start making the slip D part of your rig. Begin by forming a little loop with your hands, just like so. Then you're going to take your size 4 Cassian hook and you're going to push that little loop of braid through the front of the eye, followed by taking out an eye bait screw and putting that onto the loop. Once you have the loop and the eye bait screw in place, you're now going to pull that little loop over the point and the bend of the hook. And then you're going to carefully caress your little D to the size you want it to be. And the position, look at this, level with the barb of the hook. Now comes the next part. You're actually going to take the main part of the hook link and you're going to begin tying the knot in the slot, trapping that little bit of tag end that is basically forming your slip D. You're taking it down. You'll have about ½ an inch of the uncoated braid sticking out. Finish your knotless knot by going back through the back of the eye and pulling that nice and tight. At this stage, the rig should be looking like so. And what you're going to do now, that little slip D tag, you're just going to trim that down so it's nice and neat like so. Then you're going to take a worm aligner from the Dazzlers range, slide that down the hook link, and you're going to carefully pull that over the eye, over the knot, and that's going to give you a very aggressive and beautiful rig, giving you perfect rig mechanics underwater. Next comes the Dazzlers dog bone sinker in large. You're going to wet the hook link here and then slide the sinker down the hook link. So you'll have an option here to use this with putty to give you a pop-up presentation, or just having the sinker halfway up the hook link to give you a nice sort of bedded down hook link. You'll follow this up with a 50mm blend tungsten anti-tangle sleeve. This is going to give your rig the perfect property for sort of punching out and resetting underwater. It's a signature on all of the rigs that I like to use. You're going to make now a figure of 8 with a twist in it to give you enhanced braking strain when tying loop knots. With all knots, especially those that include braid, pull them down nice and evenly. Make sure they're nice and moist as well to give you a perfect knot with the maximum strength possible. The jeweler tools on the cool tool are ideal for that. Trim the tag end, pull the anti-tangle sleeve back over the loop, and that rig is ready to go onto your lead system. Now for the hook bait. If you're a bait screw fan, then the eye bait screw is definitely your friend because you're able to use it conventionally with just a bait screwed on, or you can use it with floss, enabling you to fish it with a topper coupled with the new bait blobs. And then it's quite simply a case of adding your pop-up putty based on what sort of presentation you're going to use. So if you're using a pop-up, then of course a bit of putty to balance that pop-up so it sinks nice and slowly to the bottom, or you can add a bit of putty to the dog bone sinker and have it pinning down your hook link. There you go, a nice easy way to tie the slip D and get the most from it.